Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Today, we're looking at a burly diving chronograph from Omega, the Seamaster Planet Ocean 600-meter coaxial chronograph. That's a bit of a mouthful, but this is a watch that packs a ton of high-value content into a very attractive 45.5mm package. Hugely contemporary, fun to look at, fun to use, a great conversation piece, and possibly the ultimate sports watch. The Seamaster Planet Ocean 600-meter chronograph is a watch that, quite honestly, offers something for everybody. Now, the Seamaster name has seen many iterations released over the years. 1948, the Seamaster label appears as an indication that a certain dress watch in the Omega lineup is water resistant. 1957, Omega takes the next step with the Seamaster, and you see the debut of the Seamaster Professional, which is the first Seamaster in the mold of a true dive watch, not just water resistant, but ready to get rough in the pool, around the reef, on the jet ski, you name it. The bottom line is, this comes from that tradition of the Seamaster, and since then we've seen round Seamasters, oval Seamasters, square, rectangular Seamasters, small, large, medium Seamasters, quartz, mechanical, chronographs, and time only. What we're seeing here is one of the most highly evolved in that long line, with the big case, an Omega 3313 chronograph movement. I'm going to get into what that does for you in just a moment, and this unique orange and steel color scheme and the Planet Ocean dial. Now, released in 2005, the Planet Ocean series was the latest in that long and diverse line of Omega Seamasters. What it did was it brought back the broad arrow style and actually paid. Now, broad arrow, that refers to the hands right here because they have broad arrows at their ends. They have these stick indexes in between Roman numerals at the 4 points, and a rotating professional diver's bezel. So this is recalling that original 1957 Omega Seamaster Professional, but in a thoroughly modern package. First and foremost, you have 600 meters of water resistant, so it'll go toe-to-toe with any dive watch on the market from a practical perspective. With the human record really only incrementally deeper than that 600 meters, you're never going to need more water resistance than this unless you happen to work for some sort of extreme offshore drilling company. Now, all of the diver features that you've come to expect from Omega are here. There's the Helium release valve, which, if you are working for that extreme offshore drilling company, you're involved in oil prospecting or science, you're going to be breathing exotic atmospheres that are going to result in a helium buildup within your watch. The helium release valve allows those atoms of helium to escape rather than blowing out the crystal of your watch during decompression. Now, other features that are dive specific and unique to the divers within the Seamaster line are this dive extension. Now, it's designed to fit over a wetsuit or skin suit, but the bottom line is it's also hugely useful if you live in very cold climates and you want to wear it over a winter coat. You're good to go, and you won't have to add any links at the jewelers. Very convenient. It's also good if you're working out and your wrist expands a little bit. Now, the Seamaster Bracelet and Clasp are among the best in the industry, and they have been for over a decade. Brushed, beautifully finished, milled out from a single piece of stainless steel. It has a double trigger release that's extremely smooth, extremely robust. This will keep the watch secure on your wrist. And the bracelet itself, again, with 3-link design, brushed, very smooth, supple, won't pull hair on the arm, very well considered from Omega. They used to be light years ahead of Rolex and even Breitling in the design of clasps and bracelets, and those other two have really spent the last part of the last decade playing catch-up to Omega. Omega still leads in that respect. Now, the style of the watch is thoroughly contemporary. Big, bold dial, large case, flared lugs, square shoulders. This is a nice, burly dive watch, tool watch aesthetic. And you can see that it's kept the look of a screw-down pusher, but with the convenience of a non-screw-down pusher. And that's one of the best tricks of this watch. It has that classic dive chronograph look, but you don't have to screw and unscrew the pushers every time you use it. That's very convenient, especially if you're actually using the watch in a nautical or a sweaty or wet environment or when wearing gloves. Because if you think of a dive watch with the screw-down chrono pushers, something like a Blancpain 50 Fathoms or even an oyster case Daytona, it's very difficult to manipulate those screw-downs when you're actually wet. So Omega has you covered right there. Now, other key features of this watch can be found inside. First, let's look at the bezel. ratchets very nicely, unidirectional, professional diver's bezel. It's a great feature if you want to time short dives. You just align the index, that little dot, with the minute hand right there, and then you can time off 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, up to 60, just using the rotating bezel. Now inside is Omega's in-house 3313 Chronograph Caliper. Now I alluded to that earlier. The great thing about this is that you're getting a lot of proprietary Omega technology. You're getting the exclusive Co-Axial escapement, invented by the watchmaker George Daniels and used exclusively by Omega. They own the rights to it for decades to come. Now this allows you to have better rate stability over time, less maintenance in the long term. It's one of the few true innovations of the modern era in Swiss watchmaking. The fact that it's exclusive to Omega adds a lot of value here. Now, the start and the stop of the chronograph is actuated by what's called a column wheel, which is the selector mechanism inside. And what that means to you, the end user, is that it's crisp in the hand. It's like a rifle bolt. Snap, snap, it starts and stops. Snap, it resets. It's that easy, and you always get that affirmative click, so you know that it acknowledged the function and you're not still running, that it didn't fail to reset. Great feature, reeks of high quality. That's what you expect in a top-end chronograph. And because this caliber is based on the Frédéric Piguet ultra-luxury chronograph movement that's within the Swatch Group, parent of Omega, you're actually getting a lot of upscale hardware in here. Not only do you get Omega's exclusive coaxial caliper, but you get that Frédéric Piguet, which is used in Blancpain, which has a vertical clutch. So when you start the chronograph and stop the chronograph, there's no extra jump to the hand. It doesn't gain a second and a half. It doesn't stagger when you stop it, and it always resets exactly to 0. The highest quality, like I said, a lot of value in this package. Now, this watch is available. It presents as new from WatchYouWant.com. Log on to our website, WatchYouWant.com, and check out this Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean 600-meter coaxial chronograph and our other high-quality luxury watches. You just may find the watch you want.